Doing?
Here's the toilets.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. Well, here we go. The South Africans are through. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. You don't sound very excited. There you go. You're holding that. Anyway, there you go. There's quite a few South Africans who've gone through, and critically, as Jonathan Woolley has just told me, they have nice, healthy chip stacks, which is particularly good. And I think he was talking about poker. I'm not too sure. From what I hear, you probably have healthy chip stacks anyway, Nick. But anyway, congratulations. What did you end up on?
I ended up on 160,700.
160,700, which is fantastic because that must have exceeded what you wanted to be at the end of day two.
Funny enough, we spoke earlier on with Ryan before we started the day, and totally exceeded my expectations and his as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, just take us through. It must be an interesting day because the last time we heard, when we actually interviewed Kiripat Sellis when he went out, he said that you'd just spoken to him and you had actually a bad run of cards and you were actually quite low stack. So you must have had a good evening and afternoon session.
You know, I walked into a table which I felt completely intimidated from completely. The first session was just, I had one pro to my left, one pro to my right, raising, re-raising, not allowing people to see flops, and I was just caught in the middle, and I thought it's going to be a tough day. Figured them out on the second level, played my hands, played my normal poker. Luckily it grew, and every level I just got better and better from there.
Fantastic. So you're feeling confident about going into day 3?
That's the only way we can feel, eh?
Fantastic. Well done, Nick. And you sound a bit like Hugh Grant there when you said you'd be pro to the left. That was Divine Brown, I think. FBT, you have had a remarkable session because when you spoke to us this morning, I think you had 14, and we said you were looking patient, but you've rocketed up. And it must have been when you moved from Brasilia to Amazon.
Yeah, the day just kept getting better. First two levels I went from like 32 to 37, then I opened at 38. Just before dinner I picked up a couple of hands, got up to about 80,000 at dinner. Moved tables again, from being in the room for a few hours, moved to table 65 and as Jonathan Woolley put it, he SMS'd me, I mean your table's an old age home because I was the youngest by 3 generations. Awesome tables, but I mean they were pretty passive, the exact opposite of what Nick was at and from what I saw what Ryan was at. Yeah, just picked up hands and then eventually the biggest hand for me was making the second nuts with King Queen on a King Queen Queen Jack board. My opponent had Ace Queen. I fired a huge bet on the river and he couldn't fold it. And yeah, I got up to 147 at the end of play. I was happy if I finished in 75, so double where I wanted to be. And I can't stay too long. I got to change my flight. I didn't back myself too well. I booked to fly back to Europe, and we're going to be here till at least Saturday. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, the betting world guys have got it 100% right. Nick, before you go, by the way, I was checking actually before I came because you were 33 to 1, which was quite short in terms of some of the rest of the field. So you're alive at 33 to 1. FBT was the 5th favourite at 12 to 1. And of course, let's speak to the man who had the pressure of being the betting world favourite, and he's delivered so far. He's through to the 3rd round. How was your table today, Ryan? And I know you've exceeded your expectations as well.
Yeah, when I started off today, I mean, I was quite happy to have like 70,000 at the end of the day when I started at 37. I mean, I know it's like not a huge chip stack, but I've now got just over 80, and I'm not unhappy. I mean, obviously I got it up to 104,000, so I won a big pot. And then the last couple of levels were really tough. The guys on my table were absolute lunatics, and I mean, there were 100,000 chip pots, which is like the norm. 30,000 bets on the turn were just like standard, and it was hard to get into a hand. And I never actually got any cards to counter it.
You know, it's amazing. We've discussed this time and time again. The reality of the World Series of Poker is that it is such a long haul, long game. You've got to have a lot of things going right for you. You've got to have good cards. You've got to get lucky when you need to get lucky. But as Ryan Browser put it, you've got to be in the right table at times and have the right players. And taking it further, you also got to have the right players on your left-hand side, wherever you are on the table. So there's a lot of things that have got to run good for you over, 6, 7 days of actual physical poker.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you have to, for me, I believe it's a matter of survival. I mean, I was happy to have more than starting stack after day 1. I'm quite happy to have 80,000 on day 2. After day 3, I'll be quite happy to have 160,000, 170,000. That'll be great. So, so far it's all going according to plan. I'm not playing big hands. I've never been all in. I've never had much of a life at risk at all. So yeah, I mean, it's been pretty solid, consistent poker, and it's a matter of, you know, I'll make the moves that I need to make when I need to make them, but right now I don't need to.
Okay, well, Tommy Bahamas is waiting for you at the Fashion Show Mall for more expenditure there. Last question from FPT. Why is it, do you think, that so many South Africans are doing well this year, FPT? Do you think, I mean, I know it's Nick's first trip and he's done nicely, but I think perhaps it's that you've all been here before and you've learned so much from your first couple of visits here, because there's also no substitute for experience.
We're all so far in the casino that we need to cash to get out of it this trip, and I think everyone's playing for their lives. But on the serious side, I think the amount of tournaments we played in South Africa, I think the exposure to a lot of good structure online tournament play, Pigs Peak have really improved their structure, making it 2-day tournaments online. The slower the blinds, the more poker there is, the less crapshoot, ace king versus queens flipping the whole time. And I think the guys are playing so many tournaments in Swaziland, all the live tournaments around South Africa, that the standard play has to improve. And a lot of the guys, you know, the guys that are here have been overseas, and it's filtering through that the second sort of string of players that don't play full time, don't get to travel overseas, they're improving as well. I think it's just a natural progression. We were always 3-4 years behind the States in terms of where they were 4 years ago. We had the boom 4 years later. The players are getting better, and you know, we've got 23 players, 16 made it through to day 2. Today I think 7 of us started and 6 of us made it through to day 3, which is phenomenal results. I remember, you know, guys made day 3. One guy made day 3 3 years ago, and it was a miracle. The guy gave 900 out of 7,000.
Why did you glance at Andre Shuffle Johnson?
No, he went deep. He went deep last year, and then he said to me, "Try and make day 4 of a main event." So now I have to try and make day 4 of a main event.
And also this year, I believe the structure, having a deeper stack also enables you to
And
play a little bit
30,000
more.
chips.
I think that's a great help as well, not knowing what it was in the past. But 30,000 gives you plenty of room.
Great advice. He had no clue what it was before.
Okay, boys, they're going to rally on. You know what happens? I must tell you, after every World Series of Poker day finishes, these guys, they can't sleep, largely because they're all poster boys for ADHD, but also because they've got lots of hands to talk about bad beats and how they rivet this and rivet that. So this will go on for the early hours of the morning. What we wanted to tell you is thanks for watching. We've only lost Kerry Patselos today. Otherwise, again, red letter today for South African poker. Let's hope that it goes tomorrow. I think Wendy Graaf told me we've got 10 players tomorrow. So it's going to be a busy day. That'll be day 2B of the World Series of Poker. And then we have a rest day. And we're back on Friday for day 3.
Yeah, give me a wrap. Okay, guys, that's fine.